What's going on, S2S family? Listen, today let's dive into something that's a complete game changer when it comes to your hydration. Element, LMNT. You've heard us stress the importance of staying hydrated, and trust me, this takes it to a whole new level. If you've ever felt like your regular drinks just aren't hitting the mark, Element is the solution that you've been waiting for. So what sets Element apart? It's not your average electrolyte drink loaded with sugar. Element is meticulously crafted with a precise ratio of electrolytes, and those are sodium, potassium, and magnesium. And why does this matter, Carl? Well, these elements are the essential building blocks that your body craves to stay properly hydrated. It's not just about drinking more, it's about drinking smarter. Now let's talk ratios. Element delivers a science-backed ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. This balance mirrors the exact ratio that you lose when you sweat, ensuring that you're not just sipping, you're replenishing exactly what your body needs. And here's the kicker, guys. Again, zero sugar, zero additives, zero junk, just pure, effective hydration. But don't just take my word for it. Element has become the go-to for many professional sports teams. They understand that hydration isn't just about drinking fluids. It's about giving your body what it needs to perform at its best. Listen, and because you rock with the S2S podcast, we got a very special offer for you. Listen, just visit drinklmnt.com/success. Again, that's drink, DRINK, LMNT.com/success to see how Element can enhance your hydration journey.
And too, I think it's from a point of, because I don't get that same type of attention
from real estate. Yeah,
I'm talking about skyscraper. Boom, hey,
yeah.
man,
Skyscraper.
That ain't it.
But it's something about when I put that $95 million shirt on. When I put that $95 million, I become.
Look, hey, order me some of them shirts.
I move past potential.
Get some of them shirts.
When I put that shirt on, I move past potential. It's full go, bro.
You ready? All right.
David Settle. Yeah. He started playing the song low as I'm talking, and I'm cool. We get in the moment, we talk to people, boom. Closed it out. As I'm walking off the stage, and I don't remember the words of the song, but it's like the song says something about, I never thought I'd been here. I would be here, but it's for your grace, something like that. When I tell y'all, every emotion in my life happened at that moment, bro. I just started crying. I'm walking off the stage like, I don't even know what's happening to me right now. I'm talking about my face boohooing, and I just went and sat down. The moment it's just, all I can say is just God took over that moment. Like, bro, I just went over there in a corner, cried. I was like, Carl, don't hide your crying. I went and sat down in a corner and just cried, bro. I'm talking about crying. I'm like, what's happening? Bro, this is it's everything in my life that came out. Like, knowing that that's what I should have been doing. Yeah. This is where I was supposed to be. Yeah. Bro, it was like everything in my life, every bit of frustration I felt, everything that I felt of, when my family should see me doing, like everything happened like at that moment, bro. And Pilot Red took advantage of the opportunity, but he kind of let it like, hey, y'all see what he's going through right now. Can you tell him thank you? Bro, and people started walking up and talking to me. I'm getting teary-eyed again. Like, do you understand what you did in my life? Bro, that moment I was sitting there like, okay, I'm done.
Oh, that's big.
I'm done.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, for those of you who are watching, this is important because you will allow the enemy to, I don't know if I want to use the word fear, or Jalen does this presentation, and a part of the main piece of the training that he does, is a climber and a settler. So the first one doesn't count. It's a quitter. So the first one doesn't count. But it's like a settler and then a climber. And it was just saying that the majority of individuals, as it relates to a mountain, are really not on the quitting side, but on the settling side.
Yeah.
So statistics show that most people aren't afraid to start, but most people settle. You know what I'm saying? And then very few keep climbing.
Yep.
Right? And when I think about why most people never get to that moment, Carl, is because we find something good and it becomes poisonous to us. Like we get stuck and that good. And it's like, bruh, we know that everything in life spoils.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, you buy some meat. If you don't put it in the refrigerator, I don't care if you put it in the refrigerator. It's only going to last so long.
Oh.
You know, you get a piece of fruit. You keep it on the counter. Bruh, it's going. But humans, for some reason, try to find some good thing and just going to try to hold on to it forever. It's like, bruh, it's going to spoil. You feel me? And so for those of you who are hearing Carl and you're experiencing it, like not you experience the joy from not settling anymore, but you're stuck in, I know I'm settling. It's like, bruh, it is so fake. It's so not real. All the things that you say, all the stuff that people say to you, like, bruh, it's nothing that can stop you from what God has called you to do. You know, and Mignon did something in our mastermind the other day that I talked about this in the last one, but I'm gonna talk about it in every last one of them. She said, what is your dream? Like, do your biggest dreams. And so she said, now that you know what your biggest dream is, how many people that you are super connected to are living that dream or living their dream? And she said, so if they're not, no disrespect, but you need to immediately leave them because they're going to try to keep you in that spot. But because of our love and admiration for people, we're willing to disappoint God not to hurt people. And I've been there.
Whoa.
I've been there before. And that's why when I was on the call with the team, like my wife was even like, yo, I just been watching you the way you lead lately. And it's like, before you would have said that same thing, but it would have, even though I know your heart, like you paying people's bills, like you never had no negative intent. Like it's not possible. You paying their insurance. Like you never had a negative intent. But the way you're saying things now is just coming across differently. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you saying? I'm saying, oh yeah, no. I'm not thinking about people and their response anymore. I'm thinking about God and his disappointment in me now.
High level.
So it's coming from a different place now because it's like, yo, no. I know when I say this to you, it might hurt you. And so before I would kind of like, you would hear that pain of me saying it but God was like, first of all, your motive's in the right place, son. You're not manipulating people. You're not taking from people. You're adding value to people. So the shift now has to be me. How do I feel about what you about to say? And so I need you to say it in a way that I'm going to be happy with what you just said, and they definitely going to be happy with it or not. But if you say it in a way that is pleasing to me, and so I just said it on the call today, I said, yo, I'm not bad at nobody. Everybody get to make your decision. What I'm telling you is I'm not in non-covenant relationships anymore, period. I'm not doing the thing where you're committed and when you get pissed and get an attitude, you can stop doing it. Like I'm not doing that no more. So if that's who you are, that doesn't make you a bad person. That's saying that you decided to stop after your 4-year degree. Who would be pissed at somebody who got a 4-year degree and they stopped? But I came to him and was like, hey, see, I'm just telling you where we're going and what we're doing. You're going to need a master's degree.
Oh, I was so mad.
I'm just telling you that. I'm telling you that we're at a university.
You know, I barely got this little bit.
But it is what it is, Ma. We're at a university.
Yeah.
The lowest level at a university is a 4-year degree.
Oh,
you got to get at least a master's.
Poverty.
Yeah, that's poverty.
Oh, bro, if you got it, Michigan State, bro.
You got a 4-year degree, they look at you like,
bruh,
what are you doing? Like,
I guess I would have been in poverty.
Yeah. Well, no, because you are a police officer. So that would be like being a police officer and not doing something.
No, we're talking about people who stayed on the campus.
No, you work on campus.
Oh, okay.
Like people who still involved in academia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
not people who left. That's fine.
No.
But
Like,
people, we stayed. We worked there. We were there.
Gotcha,
you have to have. You got to have a master's.
So like that's the sweat. That's the hierarchy is.
Yeah.
PhD,
That's the low level.
Yeah. Master's.
Yeah, because you can't teach a course. Like it's a lot of stuff you can't do.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like me talking to C about it, but then me worried about how C. It's like your intentions are to put him in a better situation. So
he was teaching the course. I came. You remember that first day he was teaching the course? They asked me to come in and be a guest student, a speaker. He was like, "See, tell him about study abroad." I was like, I've studied several broads since I've been at Michigan State. He was like, get out. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here.
Not get out.
I just left.
Not get out.
I just left,
can't
bro.
have his version of
For sure. I'm talking about.
You ain't ready to be in the classroom.
Bro, I said,
Not
yeah.
ready, bro.
I said, yeah.
Let's go get that master's
Let me tell you
degree,
something.
come back.
Carl died.
Yeah.
Carl died laughing.
Carl was Corshawn. He was Corshawn.
For sure.
Threw my whole swag off.
Bro, but look, he was so mad, like disappointed me. Like, why would you say that? But then he started crying laughing.
But I'm still Eric outside of the class, but we're not supposed to be. Right. That's not appropriate, bro. But he went and got the master's. And believe it or not, he's refined.
A little bit. On camera.
The word refined is not doesn't
Finished.
mean it doesn't mean right. So for me though, it's just was
It's still medium.
Yeah, it's like, see, you're not a bad person if you don't want to do it.
Yep.
But if you want to keep rolling with me, you feel me? So what I've discovered is, again, this is no disrespect, but I've had a conversation with my mom and just like, yo, if you're gonna stay a working class mindset, we're gonna have to limit our interaction because I can't allow you to destroy me because you're my mom. Like, you don't have the right to destroy me because you're my parents. That your thinking is contrary to what we're trying to build.
Yep.
So our last conversation was like, yo, I'm not upset with you, but are you trying to go here? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Then I gotta, what Carl said, we gotta go back to come forward. So like, we having some serious conversation now because like, yo, if you wanna just stay doing what you're doing, cool, but you come into church, you come into events, you wanna speak, you writing books, you can't stay at this level and come in my classroom talking like that.
Yeah.
Because what you wanna do is come in my world as you are.
Yep.
And you can't do that. You about to tear up my world.
You
about to tear up
don't
everything.
even see it. Don't
you
even
feel
see
me?
it. Yeah.
So it's like, just because you're my parent does not give you the authority to destroy what God has given me.
Yeah.
So then we got to have a conversation. The last conversation was dope because, again, it wasn't any.
And that's your mom. That's like, I want y'all to see how far E has come.
Yeah.
He didn't want to have a talk like that with a stranger or somebody he met Tuesday.
Yeah.
Let alone your mama. You got to have a real heart-to-heart with your mom about growing. Like, that's...
And not about growing. If you want to be in this world,
right? Yeah. You
gotta
can do
grow.
it. Yeah,
you ain't got to grow. You just want to see me at the
1 million
on the weekend. But you writing books. You on the internet putting stuff out. So I can't lie to you and let you feel like. And we just had a conversation. And my mom, bro, I respect my mom. My mom said, which I thought was dope. My mom was like, yo, I never thought about it until you talked about answering questions. She's like, yo, I never thought about it, but yeah. I wanted to prove to everybody who thought because I was 17 years old and I was this, and this, getting pregnant, that I'm going to show you. Yep. And I said to my mom, I said, yo, Ma, that's low vibration. That's low vibration. If you want to talk about an eye for an eye, you ain't got to coach nobody on that.
Right.
It's like what CJ say all the time when people say, oh, E, you don't never talk about sleep. See, like, don't nobody need help sleeping. He don't talk about sleep because you don't need no help going to sleep. He talks about how bad do you want to, because people have a problem with that. So of course he's not talking about sleep. You ain't got no problems oversleeping or sleeping
hitting the snooze button.
You don't have a problem with that.
Nobody ever needed an extra hand.
You did for that.
Hit that snooze.
So with my mom, it wasn't about talking to my mom. It was, what level do you want to go to?
Yeah.
And if you want to go to this level with me, man, y'all, I don't know. Well, y'all do fly, but Ma, bro, I remember you could get a first class ticket, bro, for like, bro, $400-500.
Is that back when you had to wear a suit?
No, that was before COVID.
You remember
bro.
they said it? You had to wear a suit back in the day.
Back in the day, you did.
Like you flying first class, you had to dress up.
The whole night.
And you smoke cigarettes up there.
But watch this, y'all. Here's what's so funny about humans.
That's wild.
When you think about first class, bro, I don't care what it is. Hotel rooms, they switched the cost, y'all. Like hotels used to be $200-300.
Oh yeah,
easy.
yeah.
You can get a room
well,
now.
the ones I stay at still are.
Oh no.
I don't know what kind.
Hey,
The one I stayed at
he like back in the day,
Hey,
$400-500 to get you.
I never use this word, but cap.
Hey, wait a minute.
I never use this word.
Big cap.
Cap.
Big cap.
But cap.
Big cap.
Flat out. Cap. Because I know where he stays. But watch this, Maul. Here's what's blowing my mind about gas costing more, fruit costing more.
Yeah.
In that realm, they don't have to say anything. They just raise the price and you either come up or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no arguing about if you're going to pay $500 for the room. Either you're going to pay or you not.
Yeah.
Either first class went up, either you're going to fly or you not. And here's the thing that blows my mind. I seldom fly first class and it ain't packed, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
Always.
Bruh. So whatever they charge.
Only in Australia. Remember?
Bruh, Australia.
That was the only time. Remember they wouldn't let. They don't do that.
They don't do that. Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't
but
bump
there was
you up.
still a bunch of people in paying that. Remember, it was $10,000.
I
we
felt
didn't
so
pay it,
bad,
but they
dog. I ever
paid it.
tell you the story. So in Australia, they put up a rope.
Yeah, they put up a rope.
Between coach and first class.
And curtains.
So me and E,
blackout.
Mind you, we in Australia. We the only brothers in Australia. We the only ones in first class. Whole thing empty.
Yeah.
However many seats, 16 seats, whatever it is, empty. Just the two of us. I said, man, this is weird. So anyway, our homie Glenn, who brought us in, he was flying in the back. Like, I don't believe in flying first class. I'm sitting back here. It was a line to the back bathroom, right? So I said, so he came up, we was talking over the rope. And I said, Glenn, Glenn going, I'm gonna have Glenn, send me a video if you remember this.
Yeah.
But Glenn was like, man, mate, I gotta use the bathroom. I said, man, if you don't just use the one in first class, mine is just me and E.
Come on up here with us.
He was like, nah, it's the rope. I said, bruh.
Freedom.
I said, bruh.
Freedom.
Look, I said, Glenn, this is what I
He
call.
done paid for us to be in first class.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, this is what I call the gazelle rope. He said, oh, it's the gazelle rope, mate. He said, he moved the rope, went to the bathroom, right? Swear. Bruh, he comes out the bathroom, the flight attendant cussed his butt out.
Cussed him out.
I was like, they don't even care like that, bruh. It's just here like, bruh, she was like, don't you ever come up to first class.
Freedom.
Bruh, I'm saying in the States, you could use the first class bathroom
You're
if
not supposed to.
I see them come up all the
Yeah,
time.
you're not. Some people will say something, but
I tripped somebody the other day.
Don't you come up here.
Get your butt back in.
Yeah, no, but I was just
Come
saying.
sit here.
Yeah, but
Hit him with the
I was
Forrest
just saying in the first class, whatever you bought, like you ain't fuss with my man for the Airbnb, whatever he charged you.
That was the cost.
That's what the cost was.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, it's so crazy though when we dealing with humans. We try to bring the rope down. It's like, bruh, this is what it costs. If you want to fly first class, whatever. And that's what I'm starting to realize is like, yo, you don't have to feel bad for people. If people don't want to step up to the plate, then it just means that you don't really want this. And so with my mom, it wasn't no fussing. It was just like, yo, do you really want to get that bag? Is that your thing? Or do you really want to inspire people? Or do you really want to, like, whichever one you want to do, or all. I'm trying to tell you, I'm up here. This is what you're going to have to do to get up here. But that spirit of whatever, I'm like, you can't get here with low.
And there was, and I think it's crazy too, because, you know, I think y'all should understand what he's saying about really pushing yourself to get to the next level.
Yeah.
I say all the time, and at some point, maybe we could tell the full story of why this is so important to me and my family and everything else. But I'm just being real. E and Candace, the only ones I know that truly, personally, I'm saying you might be watching on Patreon or whatever, and you got done, you did it. But I'm saying personally in my life, the only ones that has severe issues with their childhood, relationships with parents and things of that nature, father specifically, that were able to truly have the victory over it. And by truly had a victory, I mean like, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
I mean, like, I'm good. Like, not like I'm good to say, like, oh, praise God, you know, God to get me through.
Yeah.
I'm talking about have the victory. Like, I can live my life to the fullest, and I don't have nothing pulling at me to say. And what y'all would never understand is that freedom that E experienced from that, and my wife as well. Like I said, I give my wife all the props in the world too, because she had a bad situation and she was able. It's not like she crying herself to sleep at night, and nothing wrong to those of you who are.
Do that,
But I'm telling you, a major part of E's ability to connect with an audience and the reason why y'all listening to me right now love him and been following him for years, you don't even understand. It's the freedom and the victory that he has over that situation. I'm not even talking about him talking about it. You don't even know.
Yeah.
It's subtle, but it's the freedom that he talks with in the genuine nature of how he overcame that you can feel in his ethos and energy. And I tell a lot of speakers, just because you went through it, that's not the sweet part. The sweet part is in getting the victory.
Right.
So I have a lot of speakers who I'm like, yeah, you up there talking about what happened to you, but it's still on you. It's still hurting you. Like it's still, and it doesn't mean it's not always going to hurt, whatever, but it's still holding you back.
Yeah.
And so you're not connecting with your audience the way you think you should be connecting. Like, I don't understand. I'm this and this. And I'm like, I can feel the energy of it's still, when he talk about his situation, he like, bro, I got the victory. Like, he not pulling me aside like, yo, on the low, man, I just been struggling. Now, I'm not saying he don't have other things.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that major thing in his life, he was able to overcome. And that's what you feel when he talks. And that's the energy. So when you talk about moving past those things and really growing, now you might have some other things that you weren't comfortable with, but that obviously.
Well, talking to my mom was one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And again, because I was being selfish, I was wondering how it would affect her. Because it's like when I wrote the book, my mom came to me like, hurt. And I was confused.
Which one?
The first
one.
Okay.
I was confused. Like, why was you hurt? Because I was still young, like in terms of my leadership. I didn't really understand, like, why was you hurt? She was like, well, you told my business. And I was like, what? I never said nothing about you. I just said,
have you heard one of my speeches?
Yeah. But I understand what my mom was saying.
Yeah.
I kept, like, I got married, your father gave you his last name, adopted you, gave you his last name. So I didn't share with the world that part of my life. So our conversation was like around that, like, Mom, you dope. Like, you're speaking, like, I know when me and you talking and you on like that 43rd and King, like, oh, I already know you the real deal. But I was like, yo, why when you get up, sometimes I hear more corporate you. Like, I don't really sometimes hear that. Like, so I was confused. Like, let's just talk it through. Just question, like, why, whatever. And so my mom, in the way she said, I was like, oh, I get it. That 43rd and King is somebody you trying to,
you want to,
like
you want to, don't exist.
That don't exist. But the corporate you, that's something to be proud of. And I was like, no, you're something to be proud of, both of them. You are both of them.
Can't have one without the other.
But I was trying to explain to my mom, the 43rd needs your coaching. Corporate don't need your coaching. And I think that's the biggest thing people need to understand what Carl just experienced.
Yeah.
It's like, people don't get it. Like, you're always trying to not address the real issue. So when you don't address the real issue, I try to tell people, I don't want you to address your past. That don't benefit me that you address your past. So do you understand? I know by getting on your nerves, I might become your enemy by telling you the truth. Like, I understand that. I'm not stupid. I could be doing other stuff and have 5 million followers. I know the stuff that I do is not fun, and it's not the stuff that is going to draw people to me.
Yeah, it's medicine, not candy.
It's not candy, bro. But if you could really overcome, then you going to blow up immediately. Because you have to understand, if you stay where you are, you're like everybody else around you. And so you're never going to get nothing else because everybody around you, just like you. When you start really dealing with why you have not done things that you're capable of, you're dealing, here's what I told Jalen. I was like, oh, Bug, I see exactly what you're doing. Oh, I actually want to help you get to where you're getting to. I said, oh, you're focusing on your products. Like, you just wrote a book. You got a dope T-shirt coming out. I was like, oh, I get it. No. You got to do two things at once. You got to be your first project. And then the T-shirt has to be your second project.
Come on.
And the book got to be your third project. You have to be your first project.
Be your first project.
You can't be walking around here trying to read and stuff.
If you're going to sustain it.
Right, that's it. That's it.
You're going to sustain it. Because you could come out quick and get a couple of sales, the product look attractive, you market it right. But if you're going to sustain this thing the way you have,
because a product is a byproduct of you.
The product. But that's why I don't want to get people to get confused on why we started with Carl, and it's so important. I don't want y'all thinking this is a conference. No, this is not a conference that he did. This is Carl that he did. And
Literally.
he just happened to do it at a conference.
Literally.
That just happened to be the platform where he stepped up and was like, I'm about to do what I know I've already been doing, but just taking the leadership and the ownership, because he still had people working with him. He just went from being the person in the back to being the person in the front. And it wasn't like he still wasn't doing the stuff that he does in the back.
So it's 2023 and it appears that we can't buy things anymore. We can only subscribe to them. There's subscriptions for everything these days, from streaming services to razors, fitness programs to pet food, even bacon of the month. It's no wonder it can feel impossible to keep tabs on what you're paying for each month. And that's why I'm a huge fan of Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills, all in one place. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel the ones you don't want with just the press of a button. No more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all the work for you. Rocket Money can even negotiate to lower your bills by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Rocket Money also lets you monitor all your expenses in one place. It recommends custom budgets based on your past spending, and they'll even send you notifications when you've reached your spending limits. With over 5 million users and counting, Rocket Money has helped save its customers an average of $720 a year and $1 billion in total savings so far. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way. Just go to rocketmoney.com/success. Again, rocketmoney.com/success.
Oh, bro. And not to be funny, of all things, can y'all guess what I didn't have taken care of?
Videography.
Videography.
Yeah.
Of all things.
Yeah.
So I'm literally still back there touching cameras, doing stuff. I did everything. That's what I love.
Corshawn was there.
No, Corshawn was
okay,
otherwise
okay.
engaged. Hey,
Okay.
Corshawn, I'm a part of another company that had an event going on the same weekend.
Okay.
So Corshawn
Right.
was at our
there.
other event.
Well, I just knew he said he was coming in from out of town.
Yeah,
So I
he
made
was
the
at our
assumption
other event.
you
People
were
in the
him.
brand had an
Yeah.
event that the
3
same
events
weekend.
going on at one time.
You understand what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. Okay.
So I'm saying that's why I didn't have
Well,
a
I knew
video
that,
crew.
but I didn't know that Corshawn was there.
Yep. So he went there. So literally, I took two cameras that I had and set them up, and I was like, "Yo, we gonna get what we get." And I'll be honest, that still even wasn't important to me. To what you're saying,
Yeah.
Carl had to be Carl, whether it's captured on camera or not.
Yeah.
This was first for me,
Yeah.
right? Other people are benefiting immediately. Literally, I got 3 other people that wrote books in the group. I got 2 other people that one has done an event already. 2 other people planning events in my group. You see what I'm saying? So people are already benefiting. But for me, it was, Carl, just get there and do this, because watch this. You could look at yourself in the mirror and say, I trust you. Right. I trust you now. First. Yeah. And then I could look up at God and I was like, yo, you could trust me. Like that is so huge for me to have that experience. So, bro, when I see people literally like leaving the event, I heard other people talking about they can do events. Justin walked up to me, he was like, bro, and I introduced Justin funny. I was like, not trying, like, when I see Justin before, I used to be intimidated. Like, this dude is a big dude. Like, dude played in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much. And I'm like, oh my God, that's dude playing for the Steelers. And in DR, we actually stopped and talked. Justin been our circus. We just, what's up, man? You good? Cool. Everything. All right, cool. But we stopped in the DR and just chopped it up. And he was like, bro, thank you. And I was like, what? What you talking about? He's like, bro, once I see you start in real estate, once I see you start doing stuff, he's like, that opened me up. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. So one man's obedience, bro. Imagine how many people waiting on you.
Wow. Come on, turn around.
I'm serious. Like, imagine how many people are literally waiting on you right now to just be yourself, be the best version of yourself, overcome the stuff that C just talked about. Like, whatever it is that happened, like, overcome that, and you just walk into who you truly are. It must think that C and I look alike.
I'm just more attractive. I prefer to go to the most attractive member of the pod.
I got you. But yeah, no. I'm really challenging y'all. There's people that their lives suck right now. And I'll tell y'all this in a minute. You can unlock something. I'm not going to say her name because she didn't give me permission like that. But somebody that was at
my mother
event.
didn't either, but
Right.
Somebody that was
That's how we make our money, Carl. Go ahead.
Right?
go ahead and spit her name out.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
It makes better a better podcast.
Hey, I'm doing Carl. I'm ignoring them, y'all.
Oh, this Patreon. Ain't nobody. It's family, bro.
She said to me, bruh, the year that I had, I'm talking about car accident, like relationships, like major issues she had all years, like questioning God, like, yo, okay, you through with me. Like, I must have, something's
Karen.
wrong. Karen, that was it, Karen, there we go. I'm talking about back-to-back accidents, couldn't walk, like stuff happened.
Yeah.
And what she told me was that one of the things that she wrote down on her list before the end of the year, she does that thing where she writes down a vision board for the year, was going to Disney World. At Disney World, she said out of nowhere, she just bust out crying. She's telling me this. I'm like, what you crying about? She's like, yo, this is something that I wrote on the vision board because I thought like, all right, God, if I see you in these things, like we rocking. But all the stuff that she's been through, she's not questioning God, but kind of like, yo, what's up? And me doing this created an environment for her to come to Disney and allow God to be something different to her. Bruh, my mind is blown off of just one decision. Like, again, let me turn here. Y'all think it's about y'all. It ain't nothing to do with you. God trusted you with the story. He trusted you with the abuse. He trusted you with all of that because he knew that you could turn around and deliver other people. There's some other people that went through stuff that can't do nothing about it. They chose the victim route. But you listening to me right now, you hear it's a reason that he gave you that. So I complained one time, I forgot who it was, but he said that's why God gave you broad shoulders. Like he didn't make you, like, you know what I'm saying? He gave you the fortitude to be able to get through whatever it is coming your way. Yeah. And it's not for you. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're going to deliver off of your story. Listen to what I'm saying closely. I ain't even saying that you had to be abused. I wasn't. I had a perfect 2-parent home. Not perfect, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no question. Perfect.
I had a very ideal life. Still do. But my story is still unlocking stuff for other people.
Yeah.
So I don't care what your story is. That's what makes it unique. Your story is your story, and there's somebody that's hearing your voice that can only relate to your voice and get past what they're going through because of you. So I'm saying kill all of that. Kill it. Today forward, I'm talking about be all you supposed to be. If you think it, I'm on that now. If you think it, say it. If I offend you, I'll apologize. But if you think it now, say it. If you think it and it's something that you know you're supposed to do it. If it's somebody you got to text and ask for forgiveness for, stop listening to me now and do that. Somebody you need to, I'm talking about do it now. Like stop playing games like we got forever. Like do what you got to do because there's a whole lot of other people that's dependent on it.
If I could say this too, just to add to it, you know, when you said do it now, I think y'all like really, I hope y'all really listening to what he's saying by that, because, you know, to go back to the one man's obedience is connected to so many other people's destiny. When I just sit back and I was thinking about like how every event I had, right? Even before I was even doing events, I would always take my parents, I would send them places, right? Send them on vacations. I noticed that they used to always talk about when they retired, they were going to travel here, do this, do that, which they did travel once in a while when they were working. But then when they retired, it seemed like the traveling almost stopped. And so I made it a point, before I was even working with speaking with you all and doing things, but having events, I would send my parents on trips. I sent them on a train ride one time to San Francisco. Yeah, and just had them just enjoy, you know, the train ride and sleep in a sleeping cart. And then they got to San Francisco, sent them to New York for a play, sent them all over different places, right? And then once we start having our own conferences, I always made sure to have my parents come to my conferences. One of the memories that I have from last year's conference, not this year, last year in Jamaica, we were at the event the last day, and my dad, even though he was on a cane at that point, he was dancing. Yeah. He was just standing up, dancing, man. He even picked the cane up and was twirling the cane around. And I was just like, wow. And I remember just saying to myself, like, man, like my obedience, like, look at this. Yeah. Like, look at what it's doing. And I saw the smile on his face. And I was like, man. And then I remember Christmas time telling my parents, like, hey, I want to take you all to Africa. And we had that trip planned out. That was Christmas, right? December, January, February, then March, he had the stroke. And then he wasn't able to go. We supposed to be going to Africa. Crazy? We were supposed to be going to Africa this month.
Yeah, that's it.
We was actually supposed to be probably like coming up. Yeah. Instead, we're going to Florida now. But I'm just saying to say, San Diego. San Diego. I'm just saying that to say that, I ain't going nowhere. You know, and there's no regrets, right? He, you know, maybe next year he might be able to go, but
No.
I just sit back and think, though.
deep,
I just think that, and like I said, we have been sending them on trips, so there's no regrets. We've been going on trips.
Yeah.
They've been, sweeted out everything.
Yeah.
But some of you all, man, some of your family members, like literally are sitting back and they won't never experience certain things in life.
Yeah.
If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Bruh.
Like literally, we talking about the experience of life. And I still remember my dad, on Christmas, he was like, man, he was in tears. He's like, man, this is the best gift anybody ever gave me. Like, I was sending him to Africa because I've always heard him talk about going to Africa.
Yeah.
So it's just like, y'all got people in your life, and that's something that's just like, we talking about a trip. It's something locally. It's something that your children or your parents or your spouse is literally waiting on you to go past potential so that you could be the best version of yourself so that you can literally bless them. And it might not even be your family member. It might be now because I moved way past potential, and now I'm able to. My obedience has now been blessing just people that I probably never meet, man.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you why you
absolutely.
need to do like what you just said. Do we have time?
Yes.
Take all the time you need, sir.
And again, I hope that for those who are listening, they're taking all of the, lemon juice out the lemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to squeeze this thing all the way. I was talking to my son, and he was just, he was I don't know what you call it, but like kind of like doing what Maul said about me and his mom. Like, yo, I wish, like I need to do this for y'all or whatever. And I was like, like, you might want to say that for like your sister or the next generation or like whatever, but like I got your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I got your mom. You ain't gotta do maybe you want to do your grandma or something.
Yeah.
But I got your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jamal said that, for those of you who are listening, I do want you to know that what you're hearing about what Carl did, there's another term that I want y'all to get, and it's called responsible. Like there's certain doors you cannot unlock until you take full responsibility for a thing, until you take ownership. It's just certain doors is not going to open for you. So Maul doesn't even realize, or Maul does, maybe the average human does it. I forget who I'm talking about sometime. But once Maul said, I'm going to be responsible for taking my parents, there's something that happened for him in the natural and the supernatural that positioned him to do that. I say the supernatural because God says, honor thy mother and father. Yeah. So when you start talking about, that and blessing your parents with a home, like when you start talking about that. So I tell people this all the time when they come to me with that, bruh, how did you do the bi-coastal thing? Like, how you ain't even living there. And here's what I say to them. It was never about being bi-coastal. It was about taking responsibility of Didi's MS.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with being bi-coastal. So if you try to be bi-coastal, that may or may not work for you. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, something is unleashed in the human potential when you take responsibility, when you take full. Mm-hmm. So again, I just want people to get it. So you say you're taking them to what, you say you're doing whatever you're doing. Whatever you say you're doing for somebody versus what is somebody doing for me, you don't necessarily unlock your greatest potential when you're looking for somebody else to do something for you. It don't mean you wrong for that, but it does mean that now the freedom that you're looking for is in the hand of another person. When you start going, I just was like, I'm going to be responsible for taking a group of kids to Dubai.
Yep.
At that point, it's gonna happen.
Put it out there.
Once I tell God, like, you can count on me. I didn't even go. And I had people calling me who were friends. Like, can I go? I was like, bruh, I'm not taking nobody on no trip. That's not what I'm doing. I'm taking a group of kids who are underserved, underprivileged, so they could see how much somebody cares about them, so they could care about themselves to the extent that some other person cared about them. I'm just trying to show them you could go to Dubai. Now, the next time you go, you're going to have to figure out how you gonna get there. But I'm hoping you gonna take somebody else. So I just want y'all to understand, you unleash you unleash God when you start saying. So I had, I love it, bro. I love it. I had a staff member hit me today because I came up with a plan. And they asked me, yo, is that coming out of my budget? And I was dying laughing. And I said, oh, no. This is a time to teach, Ma, because these are spiritual, beautiful principles that we living by. And I text him back, and then we talked afterwards. I text him back, and I said, no. I apologize. I want to show you the order of operations. Anytime I have a plan and a vision, I'm paying for it. I would never ask another person to pay for my plans. I said, but I do want you to understand something. The reason why I'm doing it is because when I allowed you to lead last year, you didn't get any returning contracts. I let you lead, and I apologize. This isn't even what you think this is.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I let you lead on something because I didn't want to hurt your feelings on something that you don't even have the capacity to lead on. So I said, I felt some type of way when you couldn't get a check because I always take the responsibility of saying, when I say something, we're going to make it happen. I ain't never had what happened to you. I've never not been able to pay. So I let you run the show and you wasn't able to get a check for months. That don't make me look good. I'm even taking ownership of you not getting a check. I'm taking ownership of you, not me letting you do what I shouldn't have let you do.
Right.
And then you wasn't able to pay. Now I paid you weren't able to, that will never happen again. So yes, I'm going to take care of this, but I need you to understand something. I'm taking care of this financially so that you will never have the challenge that you had again financially. And you won't have to go to your family and go, I don't know where money coming from for the next 3. So I just want y'all to understand that I've never said this. I know it, but this comes from my non-communication self. If you want to unleash the power of you and God, put yourself in a situation where you go, like a Jalen Hurst. I ain't never heard Jalen say, so-and-so missed that. Yep. And I seen a couple miss. I'd never seen him go, y'all dropped the ball. He said, as a quarterback, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And we're a championship team, and I didn't play like one. I'm going to make the adjustments, and we're gonna figure this thing out. So it don't even mean you're going to always be perfect, but I'm trying to tell y'all what happened with Carl this week is he took responsibility. He took complete ownership. C didn't participate in ownership. I didn't. Jamal didn't. And just watch from today to another 365, just watch the growth in the physical manifestation. You're not going to be able to see all the benefits because it's not your life. But you will see remnants of it as he moves forward with him just going, yo, there go my conference, and then I got another one in April, and then something else is going to happen from whatever. But I just want y'all to know there is a natural and a supernatural power that comes when you say, I got it. And come hell or high water, I'm responsible for all the, no, what C teaches you is, y'all can have all the rewards. I'm responsible for all the mess ups, right? And that's the conversation we had years ago. C was like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny as a company. Y'all can get all the rewards. I don't care. But as the leader of ETA, I'm going to be responsible for any ball that's dropped. And I was like, okay, that's a different, I thought you was going to say the rewards and the risk. He was like, no, just give me the risk. Y'all can have the rewards.
Hey, and I'll just go here to each of y'all. I say thank you because see, I joked and I told them this. See, I was like, y'all both used to say to me like, man, I can't wait till you see yourself the way that we see you. Y'all used to say that to me all the time. And again, the it's not that I didn't see it, it's that it's everything else that I saw too that
good.
kept me trapped.
Wow. That's good. Say that again.
All right. It's not that I didn't see it. Like I said, I tell people I didn't have low self-esteem, like I wasn't good. Right? That wasn't my issue. My thing was everybody else stuff looked better. So I still thought that I was good at what I was doing. but I'm going to do the best at what I can here.
Yep.
And it's like, nah, we could see you there, Carl. And again, bruh, y'all see, I always joke, like I didn't talk. Me actually standing in front of people, dude, is the complete opposite of what you would ever expect for Carl to do. Like being real, it's the opposite. But what I'm understanding now is that's what makes it special. Because it's not what you expect from me that you're seeing me develop into. And I'm saying to each of y'all in your own way. Maul literally walked up to me and was like, yo, what you need for the conference? Yep. And I tried to duck it. I was like, nothing, I'm good. And in my heart, I was like, man, if y'all show up, this will be so much easier.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I also knew like it can't happen that way. And I literally ducked y'all with those conversations. Like, yo, I can't talk about it. I don't want to do it. Like, it has to happen out of, and I was willing to fail, whatever you define that as. I was willing to fail to understand and prove to myself that you have to start operating with full responsibility for you and your life.
Yeah, no.
We see you, Ricardo. We're going to get to you.
Yeah, I want to, kind of end it on this. Maul talks about it. When you become a speaker, now I don't know. He said once.
I want to know.
Okay, I'm about to tell you.
Because I'm going to speak.
I know exactly where he goes.
Me too.
I want to know.
But he said when you become a speaker, something about, when your wife see you on stage in that light. I just want to say, I let him finish.
Okay, sorry.
Maul said, because I was pissed. I said, what? He said, I don't know if it's the being on stage or the seeing you transform or, they start to.
Yeah.
But he said he experiences a little. I said, wow. I said, I've been speaking for a while now. I've been blind for a while now. And I didn't. Yeah, I said, now maybe it's because.
Yeah, you were doing it before.
Right.
You was doing it.
She
was always doing it.
So let's try something then.
So it never, but like Maul was like, you don't, like when, I was like, So I know because he been doing it too long.
Way too long.
Too long.
Yeah. I'm not saying, listen, there's other areas that for sure but speaking just
not the one that.
So we're going to switch up. Can I do something?
Yeah, please.
I'm going to, since I took on you guys' coat, right, of speaking, and then I'm getting like special, every time I get off that stage, I get special
treatment.
Attention.
It's kind of like, man, come on, good job. Like,
I'm
proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead now. Maybe Candace might feel some kind of way if she see you in a police uniform. I'm going to I still kept one of my uniforms.
Kept one of your uniforms. So he can put them on.
You're under arrest, ma'am.
Hey, I still got the handcuffs.
I got the handcuffs
too.
You have the right to remain silent.
I got the key for the handcuffs, and I got the knife.
All right,
anything you do
I'm
can and will be.
Every time I do
used
something in real estate, that
against
turn DDR.
All right, back to Carl. Come on, Carl.
I'll answer your question like this. All right, you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
Go Bears.
Oh.
Apparently I'm on Maul's team.
Oh.
Go Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, he on your team.
I'm on your team. I'm having similar results.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
We the Lions. All right.
I'm gonna have to cheer for the Bears now.
Let's
come
go.
on.
We winning.
Winning. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow.
So maybe it's growth. Maybe it's not.
That's what
just
it is.
speaking.
It's not speaking.
No, it's
speaking.
But you know what though? No.
Yeah.
And two, I think it's from a point of, because I've done. I don't get that same type of attention
from real estate.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about skyscraper. Boom. Hey, man,
skyscraper.
That ain't it.
But it's something about when I put that $95 million shirt on. When I put that $95 million, I become.
Look, hey, order me some of them shirts.
I move past potential.
He's against some of them shirts.
When I put that shirt on, I move past potential. It's full go, bro.
Oh, let's ask Ricardo.
No. We getting out of here. We're gonna stay on here for our Patreon fam, but for the regular folks,
we out.
Well, yeah, we getting ready to get up out of here. Y'all stay on Patreon live. Y'all stay on the live. We're gonna do a quick Q&A with y'all. And for those of y'all not on Patreon, you should be on Patreon. Go to patreon.com, Secret to Success Podcast. Find us on there, sign up, join the team today because we about to do a live Q&A.
Get that book.
And in 2024, we're gonna be doing the live Q&A, the live stream of the pod all year. So that's a bonus we have for our Patreon fam, and in addition to the other content and stuff we got. So make sure y'all sign up for the Patreon. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself. All right, make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to the show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.